Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the May 10th Manchester Town Council meeting. Mayor Ryan Warner cannot be with us tonight. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
To us and maybe not straight up.
We have to hold a public hearing on 3 ordinances, so I need a motion to end the business meeting and go into the public hearing.
I'll make a motion to end the business meeting and go into the public hearing.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
First is ordinance number 251, which is relating to the FY23 budget, maintaining the current tax rate of .216. I must note that we are by law required to hold a public meeting with regard to the constant yield tax rate. Does anybody have any questions or concerns about the town of Manchester maintaining, and that has been for the last 12 years, the current tax rate of .216? Any other discussion here? Okay. And we'll move on to Ordinance 252, increasing the water unit fee $3 from $27 to $30 per unit. I know we have a couple new residents here. Several years ago, we brought in a water consultant to discuss cost of water. The town had been subsidizing the water rates and still continues to do that, so we had to come up with a plan to try to meet that up. Due to the pandemic, we postponed that. We paused it. We typically were raising it $7 a year for several years, and this is the unit charge, not your usage charge. So we decided this year we weren't going to jack the rate up and make up the last 2 years. It will go up partial. So that would be a $3 increase from $27 to $30 per unit. Any questions about that? Yes.
We're going to have to go.
Oh, I'm sorry.
To the,
Over
that
here,
one
please.
Right there. Yeah.
My name is Maurice Byan, president of Castlefield 2 HOA. We have 19 units. 3 are up, the last 2 units to be under construction. They'll probably be 2 months and they'll be complete. But I had a question about the water metering. We are billed for 19 units, correct? But 1 unit, or one of those 19, is billed at the higher rate of $71 presently, which is a 2-inch pipeline going into the meter, I guess. And the other remaining 18 units are billed at the regular resident rate of $36. So
I will defer that to Steve.
Right. You have an 8-inch water main that runs into your complex.
Okay.
That 8-inch water main is broken down to a 6-inch fire flow meter, which only activates if any hydrants are opened up in your development. Under normal conditions, your water is registered through a 2-inch water meter, and that's what you are billed at the 2-inch water meter.
okay.
So inside the meter pit or the vault, there's actually 2 meters, one large meter for fire flow and one smaller meter for domestic flow.
But then 18 different individual meters for.
No, we read one meter.
But I'm billed for 18 other units.
18 units, right,
yeah.
that's correct.
Okay, so
Yep.
that's the way it is.
That's correct.
Okay,
That's, all of our complexes are like that,
all right.
so.
Thank you.
Any other questions or points of discussion?
No.
Okay, we'll move on to ordinance number 253, increasing the sewer unit fee from $4 from $36 to $40 per unit. That's the same scenario as with the water. Typically, that would have gone up by another additional 50 cents. That's why you'll see $3 and $4, because it's not the same thing. So it went up again, so we're gradually picking it up, and the council was very concerned about trying to get all that money back at one time. We thought it would be grossly unfair, so that's why we're doing it incrementally. Any questions about that? Yes?
What's the last year you're going to be raising it?
That's a good question. I don't recall from the
The
study.
plan that was put in place was a 5-year plan, but now we're 2 years behind. So as Councilperson Pacelli said, we are in the process of catching up. So you will probably look at an increase possibly for the next at least 5 fiscal years.
But incrementally,
Right, incrementally.
not like we
Right.
originally planned.
Right.
Any other questions about that or points of discussion here? Okay, we'll need a motion to close the public hearing and to reopen the business meeting.
I'll make a motion, we close the public hearing and reopen the business meeting.
Second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, approval of the April 12th, 2022 minutes.
I'll make a motion that we approve the April 12th, 2022 minutes.
Second it.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Receipt of the April 2022 Treasurer's Report.
I'll make a motion, we receive the April 2022 Treasurer's Report.
I'll second it.
A motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The Mayor's Report. Some of this is in review. Yard waste pickup on Wednesdays through November. Yard waste consists of grass clippings, leaves, and small branches not in excess of 3 feet and/or 4 inches in diameter. Branches must be bundled in armful loads. Yard waste should not be mixed with mulch, dirt, or any residential refuse, including pest waste. Residents should place lawn waste curbside on Tuesday evening for Wednesday's pickup. All yard waste must be placed in large craft paper bags or in a container to be dumped, no plastic bags. Water shutoffs, May 18th. Please call the town office to get your balance due. Holiday closing will be May 30th. And we do have the Manchester Volunteer Fire Department Carnival scheduled for July 4th through July 9th. Carnival hours will be 6 p.m. to 10. Kitchen hours, 5 p.m., start at 5 p.m. This will be a 135th anniversary. How about that? There's all kind of events. Is this stuff posted on the website? Our website as well as the fire departments? Okay. You guys have anything? I have nothing further. No? Okay. We will move on to the town administrator report.
Okay, good evening, council members and members of the community. We'll go ahead and get started with the April 2022 administrative report. Under pending items, the joint use agreement with North Carroll Rec Council was passed on to their president several weeks ago for his signature. I have not received anything back as of yet. I will let it go about another week, and then I'll give him a call to get that in place. The fiscal recovery funds, we've met all the deadlines and submitted all required information to date. And I want to commend Kelly Baldwin on this. I mean, this is a huge undertaking. This has taken up a lot of our time, with the different projects that we have going on. But Kelly is staying on top of it, and I'd like to thank her for that. She's doing a fantastic job. The ENR upgrade, actually, we thought we would bring something back to the council at this meeting, but that upgrade, the preliminary engineering report, is still under review with MDE. So hopefully by June, we'll have something back. So just keep in the back of your mind, a good discussion and what decision you would like to go in. Under code enforcement and zoning, you have in front of you the monthly code enforcement update. Staff continues to work on chapters 81 and 122. We met with our town attorney on 4/26/22 to fine tune it a little bit. It may be back to you by June, possibly July. That's a big chapter. So, Lippy Old Town property, no change on that. Equine Meadows, the engineering firm presented information to the Planning and Zoning Board in regards to the amount of stormwater runoff into the off-site stormwater system. This is what we're talking about with the off-site stormwater system going into Westchester Square. The developer and designer will be back to the P&Z Board next Tuesday for approval on that. Under miscellaneous items, this is an action item which is on your agenda. We received bids back for the Main Street wall and sidewalk cleaning. We received 2 proposals. I'll talk a little bit about that once we get to that point. You also have in front of you an update to our personnel policy, and that's the substance abuse and testing policy. And I'd like to get, you have a resolution in front of you in regards to that, so I'd like to get some action on that tonight. The town was notified last week that we again received a $5,000 cleanup and greenup grant for the purchasing of recycling containers. Last year we were able to purchase 145 gallon units. I just got a quote back today, And I think, to tell you the truth, I was a little concerned about the shipping, but I think we can get 100 for the grant, 5,000, and maybe 200 and some dollars and some change. So I think we can do another 100 this year. So that's all I have.
Steve, I have a question with regard to Lippy Old Town property and no change. The last I heard, there was a meeting and I was unable to attend it about egress and all that stuff with Route 30. Did that meeting ever happen?
No.
That's where we are?
We were not involved in that I'm aware of.
Well, because I was supposed to be at
Yeah,
that
we
meeting,
were to be invited.
but I couldn't go.
Right, but not that I recall. No, I'll let you know, but
I'm just curious, because after all the work we did for the annexation
right,
and all that contentiousness, and now it seems to be
that's right,
stalled.
that's right.
Okay.
If I'm not, I don't think we did, but I'll double check with Michelle tomorrow, and if there was any change, I'll definitely get back to you, but I would have known something like that.
I'm just
Yeah.
curious, because
Yeah.
it's been months now, and
Correct,
and how long did that whole process draw out?
a long time,
I-
a long time.
Yep.
That is correct.
Anything else for Steve?
No.
Okay, we will move on to Steve's Public Works report.
Okay. So you have in front of you the monthly water and wastewater data report for April. We have a staff meeting tomorrow, and I'm going to question a few things. I'm looking at that 309,000 gallons per day that's being pumped. I want to check on that and see what's going on. And also, I had a chance to review some of the well levels, and I do have a question about 3 of the well levels that do concern me. So I'll double back and check with the director and the water wastewater superintendent tomorrow on that. The Att Antenna Modifications, we had a pre-construction meeting up there on May 3rd. That project start date is pending. The Dell well interior piping rehabilitation, that's about 75%. I want to commend Bill Black Jr. and Josh Stuller of our staff. They're 2 water operators, and they're taking care of upgrading the interior of that station out there. The Manchester Waterline replacement project, of course, that's we're going to use recovery funds on that. Right now, the tentative start date is November 2022 because of the lack of materials. The contractor just can't get pipe, and that's a problem across the board. Under wastewater, of course, I talked about the ENR upgrade with the PER, with MDE on that. The Manchester Farms Water and Wastewater Standby Emergency Generator, if you recall, you approved that, and that was installed April 20th. So we're back in service with them under emergency power out there. Parks Maintenance Facilities, we had a storm drain inlet water line replacement on Maple Avenue. That's completed. That was by an outside contractor, Stanballs. Of course, to lower the price, our town staff did some of the concrete work and also the blacktop work. The Christmas Tree Park ADA sidewalk project, that's moving forward. Actually, they started Monday, and it's formed up, and it'll probably be poured tomorrow if everything goes okay. Let's see, salt bin building rehabilitation. That's an action item on Public Works. I'll talk a little bit about that once we get to that point. We did the ADA playground equipment. That project, as you recall, was awarded in April, and the project date is pending. So that's all I have on Public Works. So we have a couple action items to walk through.
I do have a question.
Yes.
We seem to be have been hit multiple times right there at Park Avenue with a leak. Have we gotten? It seems like it's happened a bunch recently.
Mm-hmm.
Have we found the culprit? Like the reason why? Have we completely fixed that, or is that something that we should
Yes.
expect?
I'm not saying we could have a leak up there tonight.
Okay.
But yes, we've had multiple leaks across the board, across that hill, and it's nothing but rock, and that cast iron main's laying on rock,
Okay.
and any movement will cause a problem.
Okay. So it's something that typical wear and tear with the
Yes,
conditions that
that
it's
is
in.
correct.
Okay.
Did you want to go ahead with this action item?
Sure,
The
we
salt
can-
bin rehabilitation project?
Yes. So we received 3 bids back. Hanover Building Systems, Stowers Roofing and Remodeling, and Pioneer Pole Buildings. And what this does is replace the metal skin on the outside of the building. Once that metal skin is removed, they may find some 2x6s that are bad, or 2x8s would have to be replaced. So staff recommends going with Hanover Building Systems for a total of $23,894, which is below the budgeted amount of $34,400.
Steve, these proposals that came in, if they get the metal off the side and find issues, is there funding tacked into this to cover those
There's
potentials?
enough leadway with the $34,000 that we can replace,
Okay.
whatever. It looks like to me that we're going to probably have to replace some plywood and probably replace some 2x8s in the roof. So, yep. So we have enough leadway there.
Okay.
Okay, any other discussion on that matter? Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we award the salt bin rehabilitation project to Hanover Building Systems Incorporated for the amount of $23,894.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, passes.
So we had the Main Street sidewalk and concrete wall cleaning. That's on the agenda.
Correct.
Let's see. We have the resolution as far as the drug policy. That's after 253. You are correct. That's why you're still here. Thank you, Kelly.
Okay. All right, anything else with the Public Works report? Steve?
No, sir, that's it.
Okay, we'll move on to the police report. Chief?
Yes, sir. So for the month of April, we handled 125 calls for service. It was a bit busy. We only investigated one crime. It was I need to be on. How about now? Okay. So we handled 125 calls for service, and we did investigate one crime. It was a isolated incident. It was a serious domestic, which involves strangulation. The subject is in jail on no bail. Our traffic enforcement is continuing. We've handled, issued 97 citations and warnings, and 31 over the last 3 weeks have been issued on Church Street. You received a complaint as we did. We've also been doing radar up there, and out of the 31 citations, none of them have been for speeding. The average speed up there is 17 to 21. It's posted for 15. We placed a trailer up there, which is corroborating what we found. The average speed is 97%. What was it? 20 miles an hour. No, 15 miles an hour.
Right.
And another 4%
4%
was under.
That's correct.
So I really don't think we have a speeding problem up there. We have a stop sign problem up there. So we're going to continue our efforts. I just don't think it warrants speed bumps. That's just my personal opinion. So, but you can all look into that a little bit more. The overdoses, there's been 106 overdoses in the county, but that is a 26% decrease. The fatalities as well is decreasing by 45%. So everything seems to be going in the right direction right now. The town of Manchester has 2, Hampstead has 2, Sykesville's still holding at 0, Tawnytown has 6, Mount Airy has 1, and Westminster has 35. So folks, you moved into a safe town. You got a good town. And we're going to keep it that way, knock on wood. But that's about it. Report's short and sweet, the way I like it.
Very good, thank you. We're going to move into discussion of ordinance number 251 relating to the FY23 budget, maintaining the current tax rate at .216. Kelly, after this discussion, we will go ahead and pass this. Is that
Correct.
got it?
Yes.
Okay, any other discussion? So I will need a motion to maintain the current tax rate at .216.
All right, I'll make a motion, we maintain the current tax rate at .216 for the fiscal year 2023.
I'll second the motion.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Discussion of ordinance number 252, increasing the water unit fee $3 from $27 to $30 per unit. Any discussion on this? All right, I will need a motion.
I'll make a,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'll make a motion that we adopt ordinance 252, increasing the water unit fee from $3 from 27 to 30 per unit.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Discussion of ordinance number 253, increasing the sewer unit fee $4 from $36 to $40 per unit. Any further discussion needed? No. All right, a motion and a second.
All right, I'll make a motion. I'll make a motion that we, oh my goodness. I'll make a motion that we accept ordinance number 253, increasing the sewer unit fee from $4 from $36 to $40 per unit.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, discussion of resolution 02-2022, updating the substance abuse and testing policy. Can Steve or Kelly review that?
Okay, what we found was our substance abuse policy currently in the employee personnel policy needed some updating, updated to today's standards, federal standards. And our upper management staff, we got together with our town attorney and we revamped our current policy, as I said, to meet standard. Also, our town attorney sent it off to their human resources attorney within their firm. So this project took us about 4 months to complete, but now we feel very comfortable that we have a very good, solid, up-to-date, meeting all the requirements substance abuse policy. So you have in front of you resolution number 02-2022, which adopts this substance abuse policy, which will go in as an appendix within our personnel policy for the employees.
Any questions of Steve? Any discussion? No? Okay. A motion to pass this?
I'll make a motion to pass resolution 2-2022, updating the substance abuse and testing policy.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so this next item, the bid clean Main Street sidewalk and concrete walls.
Yes. So you have in front of you two bid prices. We were discussing within our staff that, of course, as you well know, we raised the rental unit fees this year to the landlords. We thought it would be a good gesture, since the majority of our rental units are along Main Street, that we take that additional funds that we received and contract a company out to power wash the walls and also the sidewalks up and down our Main Street. So I solicited bids, and we received two bids back, one from Albright Pressure Wash and one from Jason's Lawn and Landscaping. And staff recommends that we go with Jason's Lawn and Landscaping for a bid price of $16,000. And again, that would be all the sidewalks on both the north and southbound lanes, east and west sides of Main Street, and the walls. Both companies were self-contained. We'll supply the water, and they take care of the washing. So,
Steve, I know we talked about that during the budget meeting. That was within budget, right? I think we budgeted a little more than that.
yeah, but we can do it. We talked about it in the 23 budget,
Right,
but we
okay.
can
Right.
do it now.
That's what I was, that was going to be my question.
Yes.
How soon can we move forward with this? Do we have to wait to?
No, this can be done immediately. Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to follow up with Chris on that.
And one other item on that, I did contact the new company that will be beginning July 1st that will be mowing our stormwater management facilities, Myers Lawn Care, and I have him coming back with a price to go in and weed the flower beds along Main Street in which the residents or the landlords are not taking care of. So I'm getting a price back from him, so I'll get back with you on that. So.
All right, any other discussion on this power washing, retaining walls and sidewalks bid? No? All right, a motion and a second.
I'll make a motion, we go with the staff recommendation to award the power washing of retaining walls and sidewalks on Main Street to Jason's Lawn and Landscaping LLC in the amount of $16,000.
I'll second the motion.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we're moving on to, wait a minute. Don't we usually have,
Committee report?
I know, but when do we usually have?
We normally have,
discuss-
public,
Yeah,
public comments is
yeah,
normally.
that's what I thought. Do we have any other public comments? Now, even though there's only 3 of you here, the reason we go through all this is because we are televised. I don't know if you're aware of that. All right, committee reports, planning and zoning.
Thank you. Nothing new to report, planning and zoning. We did meet last month, but in addition to what Steve brought up about Equine Meadows, it was a short meeting, so.
Community improvement projects.
Only thing I have is that we are almost finished the Banner City application. I need to get one more email address to include that'll verify our attendance at the quarterly meetings, and I have to get that from Kelly tonight before I go, and we're good to go on that.
North Carroll Business Alliance, that's my committee. They did have an event on Saturday for the Kentucky Derby. Unfortunately, I was unable to attend, but again, they seem very well organized and moving forward. Parks and Recreation.
We have some activities happening in the month of May and June. The first thing is the plant swap, which you can drop your plants off on May the 14th between 5:30 and 7:30 p.m. If you're a member, you get a first look on the next day on May the 15th from 12:30 to 1, where you can get the goods on some plants. And then the plant swap will start May 15th, 1 to 3. If you've ever done it before, bring a plant, take a plant. It's very successful. The next thing is the Park After Dark. It's a camp out for the families from 7 p.m. on May the 21st to 10 a.m. on May the 22nd. And for members only, we have First Friday Fires, June 3rd, from 7 to 10 p.m. And then on June the 12th, from 1 to 3 p.m., it's a second Sunday hike. So Charlotte's Quest is hopping.
Councilman Richardson is Communication, Mental Housing Appeals Board, and Intergovernmental Relations. He unfortunately is not here tonight. And we have yet to pick up a youth representative. Have you guys heard anything further about that? No? Okay.
We had a young man that's interested. He's just been
Right.
sports kind of at all the meetings. So I talked to Ryan about it, try to get him here once sports end. Yeah.
Very good. Anything else? Steve? Chief? Kelly? Everything's good? All right. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. We are adjourned. Everybody have a good night.